with the release of Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch, everyone was able to play Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. 3D Mario games have always been known for their 3D perspective. I've always wondered though, how these games play out if they're in first person? Now that I'm older and I know how to make games, I figured why not turn one of these games into a first person game? So out of the three, I decided to turn Mario 64 into a first person game. I decided on Mario 64 because Mario 64 was the beginning. There's a couple of options of how I can go about doing this. I could just get the original game and make a game modification out of it, and basically take the camera from the third person and just slap it on Mario's head top. But the problem with this is, as you can see here, someone actually made a version of this. And it looks pretty good for the most part, but as soon as Mario starts doing flips and stuff, the camera starts to get disorienting. Another problem with this is that I'm going to be limited to the original controls of the Nintendo 64, because I'm basing it off of the original game. So I figured if I want to make this into a real first person game, I'm going to need to make this from scratch. Now when I say from scratch, I mean in Unity. Unity is a game engine that we can use that already has a lot of built-in physics and other tools that we can use. Alright, so let's get started. I used Princess Peach's castle as a play area that I could use to test out the first person controller in. Next, I added in Mario, because even though this is a first person game, I need something to use as a size comparison so that way I know how tall to make our first person controller. Once I had my play area set up, next was just adding a simple first person controller to start off with. Next, I needed to add all of the different jumps and flips that Mario could perform in the original game. I decided to start off with making the triple jump, which even made its way in a lot of side-scrolling Mario games. In order to perform this, Mario needs to jump 3 times consecutively. The next jump makes Mario move the fastest, which is the long jump. This jump is widely used in speedruns especially. The long jump can only be done with a running start into a crouch. While I was doing crouching, I also decided to do the backflip, which is done by staying in place while crouching and then jumping. The last kind of jump that Mario can do in Mario 64 is the side flip. Mario can do a side flip if he jumps during the turning animation. And that concludes all the types of jumps that Mario can do. Next, I decided to start with doing the wall jumping. Mario 64's wall jumping works a little bit differently than other games. Usually when Mario wants to wall jump, he has to slide off the wall first, so he'll do a sliding animation and then he can jump. However, instead of sliding off the walls in Mario 64, Mario bounces off of them. So in order to wall jump, Mario has to jump right as he touches the wall. That finishes off most of Mario's movement options in Mario 64. Now I'm just going to clean up the castle a little bit by improving the lighting and also fixing any textures. Next, I decided to add sliding and also attacks. Now, in order to add attacks, I figured that I needed to start adding animations because it's going to be hard to tell when Mario's punching or kicking without animations. So now the game's really coming together. I can attack, punch, dive, slide. Now, I kind of brushed over everything in this video in terms of the actual programming behind everything. So if you guys want to see a more in-depth look, let me know in the comments, and if enough people want it, I might make a second video where I go in a more in-depth look at everything. Now, in order to make the game feel more complete, let's clean up the castle a little bit more and also add the interior. Alright, now we have a working demo of a first-person Super Mario 64. Alright, so that concludes the video. Depending on how popular this video gets, I might make a part 2 where I add some levels. If you guys enjoyed, please subscribe for more videos like this one.
Yahoo!